Hey, what's happening today? We're going to talk about documentary production, just coming off of news package production, which ties directly into preparing to make a documentary. Documentaries are telling other stories, are telling the story about something. So when you hear the word documentary, a lot of things can come to mind. We've been abused throughout our years in education with educational movies that are documentaries, but they're also used for a lot of entertainment. ESPN does a great job with their E60 and 30 for 30 stuff where they do some longer form storytelling documentaries. A documentary is like a really long news package. It's non-fictional motion picture intended to document some aspect of reality, meaning that it's nonfiction. It's not something that's made up. It's something that's real, and it's teaching. It's giving historical record. It's entertaining if it's done right. Here are a couple of videos that I will give you when I give you the presentation that are from that are good examples of documentaries. So steps to produce a documentary. Step one, figure out what you're going to cover. And don't just cover something because you need to create a documentary. Cover something that you care about and that you're passionate about. Because if not, you're not going to want to do this assignment. You're not going to do a good job at it. So find a way to create to create something that you care about. If you don't care, or if you're doing it because somebody else wants you to do it, or because you think somebody else wants you to do it, it's a long process that's going to require a lot of focus, and you're just not going to do it. Research your topic. One of the key things about documentary production is actually knowing what you're talking about. And I know that sounds kind of tongue in cheek and a little bit talking down, but know what you're talking about. There are a lot of times where you see something or think you know something, and as you do research, you're going to find out you may not know as much as you think you did, and it'll help you in the long run to make sure that you tell a good, balanced story. So make sure that your sources are credible. Interviewing students can be credible sources as long as it's something that the student truly knows about. So if it's something where you interview a baseball player about baseball, that makes sense. But if you interview a baseball player about water polo, that's not a credible source. So be careful with your sources. There are tons of ways to get sources, and we'll talk about where some of those can be found in a moment. Begin writing your script. Go ahead and start planning out. Okay, what's the story arc look like? And when I say story arc, have a good beginning, a good middle, and a good end. A good beginning, you introduce the characters, you introduce the struggle, you introduce the reason for the documentary. As you do some research and you see more documentary stuff, you will see what I mean there specifically. But have a definite beginning and introduce all the people that are a part of the and the struggle and all the elements that are a part of the story. And then as you get to the middle, think about, okay, describe that struggle and how it affects the characters in the movie and that kind of stuff. And then finally, with documentaries, they don't necessarily have to have an ending, but there has to be an ending. It can't just stop. There has to be a true ending where the movie definitely ends. Now, it could end with they competed in the next season, or we don't know what the outcome is. There could be an ending like that, but it needs to ramp down to that. Shoot your interviews first. If you shoot your interviews, you're going to do yourself such a favor, because as you watch those interviews, you're going to see the things that they talk about, and it's going to help you tell the story a little bit better. You're going to know what B-roll to shoot, because you're going to use those interviews as the foundation for your production process. So definitely shoot your interviews first, and then shoot your B-roll. Usually when you shoot your interviews, you're going to be with the person in that area. Go ahead and shoot B-roll then. You're not going to shoot too much B-roll. I assure you, you're not going to shoot too much B-roll. You may shoot some stuff that you don't use, but you're not going to shoot too much B-roll. So don't be afraid of that. There's nothing worse than watching a video and realizing I've seen this clip 5 times now. Edit your movie. Once you shoot your interviews, go ahead and put everything together. Work on your voiceover. Get it in there. But go ahead and think about what it's gonna look like and sound like, and then do your voiceover. So write and record your voiceover. And again, voiceover is used to not tell the story, but kind of bridge the pieces together. Voiceover, you shouldn't say, you shouldn't tell the story, is what I'm getting at. Your voiceover should just really kind of help you transition from interview to interview throughout. Watch when you're done with that, when you have your voiceover, when you have your B-roll, when you have all your interviews, stop and watch the video. Watch it from the beginning to the end and make notes. Does it make sense? Are there things that just look dumb? Are there story elements that you're missing? But watch your video and then have someone else watch it. Have somebody else go who's not tied to it, watch it and ask them, does it tell the story? Does it make sense? Is there something you're missing? And then recut the video. Just go in and trim it up, because there are going to be things that you see that you don't like or that you do like and you need to fix. And then finally, adding text and titles, do that at the end. That's so far down. A lot of students that I see will do that as soon as they start editing. Keep that till the end, because you may need to move your video pieces. And then watch your video again. Look for typos, bad edits, bad audio, holes in the story, those type things. Edit again. It's a process. It's a cycle. Just you gotta. A lot of students get into, they'll shoot, they'll cut, they'll post. They don't ever go and actually watch their video and recut some stuff. And then finally render and upload, and most importantly, go make some awesome. So here's the assignment. Pretty straightforward. It's very similar to the news package assignments we just completed. You're going to create a 4 to 10 minute documentary, and I think you're going to find that the documentaries are a little bit easier than news packages because they are longer, and you have some more time to tell some story there. So I'm looking for at least 3 interviews, some B-roll, some text. Score is music in the background. I'm looking for that, and then obviously voiceover. It's not a group assignment. Let me get rid of that. See, I should have edited this before I went live with it, but it's okay. Topic you're choosing to tell a complete story. Story has a clearly defined beginning, middle, and ending. And then here is the process. Read the assignment, document it, determine your topic, complete the proposal grid. Email me, and I will get back with you. Email me with your proposal grid, and I will get back with you and let you know if it's approved. And the grid is there. I'm just looking for the topic, the objective, just a quick, wow, I really messed up. I need to add one more target audience. I will fix that before I send it to you. But you need to fill out the proposal grid. Tell me a synopsis. Tell me kind of what it's going to be about. Don't tell me what it's going to look like. Just say, hey, look, it's going to cover this. I'm going to use this footage, that kind of stuff. Your target audience, be specific, age, sex, and race. So you know who you're targeting, not who you want to watch it. Your target audience is important. That's what I'm going to give you a lot of pushback on when it comes to proposals. Now, one thing that you have to do on this one is you have to research. You have to show me that you research. So here, you're going to fill out the research log. Give me your numbered sources, your information where it is, and the information you learned. And then another thing that I want you to get in the habit of is finishing and doing a video log where you log your footage so you know what's there. And then finally, here is your script and the rubric for this assignment. Again, it should be fun because it's something you care about. There's a lot of stuff going on in our worlds, and I think you could really do a lot of really cool stuff if you actually, put forth the effort and make some, and try to do well on this. So hope it's a good assignment. Hope you have fun with it. Email me questions, and most definitely email me when you get the proposal. Just send me the link and ask me to approve it, and I will review it and give you feedback. So let's go make some awesome.